Hey yo, hit that cash app, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Henny Show. Jay-Z out here acting like Ziggy, Marley, and Shotters. He running down on everybody talking bad about his dreadlocks. And the beauty supply store is getting Jay-Z Halloween costumes together. A bunch of dreadlock wigs made out of burnt matches, man. 50 Cent jumped out the window yesterday and said Jay-Z looked like a frog with dreadlocks. But today, he jumping out his own window because allegedly, Jay-Z ran up in his motherfucking house. Jay-Z got moles on his face that got more money than 50, and plus 50 got fat, and Jay-Z made it a must to tell him about himself. Memphis Bleak been eating good too. He's been waiting a long time to finally blow up. Now Jay-Z is about to give him that golden opportunity. But first he gotta change his name from Memphis Bleak to Memphis Blimp to make it official. They say Jay-Z beat 50 Cent with that belt he had on in the Big Pimpin' video. Even his kids get nervous when he wear that belt because that's the belt he always used to wear when it was time to make another hit. 50 Cent finally about to release those songs he made for the Fat Albert soundtrack. Now that he put on a little bit of weight, them rhymes gonna be hitting. Not to mention, Jay-Z be shopping at the Goodwill, and the way those dreadlocks be looking, he always get a good discount. Now, I ain't gonna front, he do look a little strange with them dreads. Then he got the nerve to have buckshots in the back of them things. 50 Cent know he was wrong for talking about that man's head like that. 50 be bobbing his head for no reason. Now they think about putting him back in the slow classes. Now, I hate to see brothers going back and forth with each other, but I respect Jay-Z for checking 50 Cent like a man. And Noriega fat is the reason why this beef got started in the first place. All this smoke going on between 50 Cent and Jay-Z, it gotta come to a stop, because you already got people in Hollywood beating up on each other, and you figure they both 50-something years old, so they should be able to get along. But according to 50 Cent, Jay-Z had a problem with his popularity back in the day and used Kanye West to help him. Now, we all know that Jay-Z and Kanye West released that album, Watch the Throne, but wasn't nobody watching Jay-Z at the time. Everybody was watching Kanye West because he was a new artist. Everybody was loving him. Everybody was feeling him. Jay-Z got kind of corny because he was messing with Beyonce, but at the same time, 50 Cent only had one good album. When that second album came out, wasn't nobody rocking with him. Everybody was listening to The Game by then, and that's part of the reason why 50 Cent got invited to the Super Bowl and The Game wasn't invited, because everybody was intimidated by The Game because he used to be a male stripper back in the day, and it wasn't no telling if he was going to take his clothes off in front of an audience. And if he did, you know Dr. Dre was going to be looking right between that man's butt cheeks. The double release of 50 Cent's album Curtis, which was hot garbage, and Kanye West's Graduation, which was straight fire, came to be known as a defining moment in the music industry when they were released on the same day in 2007. There's much to say about those two albums, and more in the new book by 50 Cent, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. 50 Cent said that his musical reign in New York City at the time was a problem for Rockefeller artist Jay-Z, since Jay was considered to many to be the biggest rapper in the 5 boroughs. I'm trying to let y'all know that this beef is deeper than rap, so if Jay-Z really did pull up on 50 and 50 jetted and ran the other way like they said he did, that only means that Eminem got a problem on his hand, because if your number one henchman is running down the street from Jay-Z, you gonna be next, Opie. But as far as them dreadlocks go, y'all gotta let me know if y'all feeling the dreads or not, because me, I feel like Jay-Z was better with a clean cut, but I ain't no female though, so the females gotta let me know. Is y'all feeling the Natsuki dreads and all that? I really don't know how to feel about all this, but one thing for sure, 50 is not feeling Jay-Z and Jay-Z is not feeling 50. Yo, listen to what 50 had to say about Jay-Z though.
Now let me ask you, we're talking to Fifth. Now what's your relationship with Jay-Z?
With Jay, well, I really don't. He said something on Tim Westwood's show. Mm-hmm. You know, they asked him about
50 Cent. He said nobody's scared of 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, I don't think he's aware of his presentation. Mm-hmm. You know, there's an adjustment. There's something that's happening that's different about him and the way people perceive him. Mm-hmm. You know, he's way more approachable. You know, like it's the Beyonce and I don't know, Sinatra vibe he's trying to put off. that's making him like people comfortable enough to walk on the stage.
Right.
Now, getting with Beyonce was a very, very soft move. And being all smooth and suave and unconfrontational, that's a beautiful thing when you're raising kids. But if you pulling up on them wolves and them gorillas in the street, you gotta drop Beyonce and pay child support for them kids. Now, I ain't trying to say he ain't supposed to be a good father. But if you really trying to live that gangster life and wear them dreads like a real shotter, you gonna have to live by that, man, or else cut the dreads.
Let's not act like we haven't previously been places. Like, I feel the room change. People uncomfortable when I'm around. Because they know it could happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if they can't use the examples of somebody getting their lung punctured for punching Dre in the face, or somebody getting shot in front of the studio. You see what I'm saying? Those different things that were happening in those time periods make people go, okay, let me not play with him too much.
Yeah, 50, but you ain't do none of that, bruh. Let's be real. You ain't stabbed nobody. You ain't popped nobody. It was somebody else doing all that work. Don't try to make it seem like you the hardest dude in NYC, because you got people around you doing dirty work and all that. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z got a lot of people popped. We just don't know about it. You bragging like you out here pulling them triggers and pulling them hammers. Don't you know you messing with the original Don daughter now? It ain't like he just got dreads and he ain't smoking weed to go along with it. You playing with your life, son. I think you need to leave Jay-Z alone. And don't be mentioning his wife is Will Smith or smack somebody for talking bad about Jada. Just imagine what Jay-Z would do to you for talking crazy about Beyonce, brother. I think you need to leave it alone, Fifth.
You know what I'm saying? Because they have that and they know what my experience has been. So when they make him feel like a punk, at that point, he got to say, nobody's afraid of 50 Cent. When they should be addressing how that person is making you feel.
Right.
And not me at that point.
Now, in the AMAs, of course, it was rumors. When he got his award, he said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Right.
He says, he's going at Fifth. This is his little remark at Fifth and started laughing.
But he's been saying that before. He said that before.
Now, when you heard that, see, when I seen it, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about, I just seen Fifth perform, so Fifth might be backstage. And now he has to walk backstage. Yeah. So I thought that, it might have been a probable situation because at that point, there's no security back there. It's just you and him.
Nah, he wasn't. Nah, he ain't say nothing. I didn't take that directly towards me. If that was, then he should say something a little more direct so we can stop rapping and get right to the shit.
Look, like I told you, you don't want to bark up that tree, because that tree will fall on you. And don't say that ShawnBlazeDocs ain't forewarn you. Nigga, I know you well. All them stolen jewels. Twinkle told you, breaking my heart. Don't play with me. Go with R. Kelly. I'm busy. And all you other dudes taking shots at Blazy, you only get one half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. Well, something like that Jay-Z said when he was on that other song going at Nas. But y'all know Jay-Z got them bars. And 50 ain't really got no bars like that. Anybody could put on a tight ass shirt and bob their head and walk left and right and be mumbling a bunch of garbage. He might be the person that invented mumble rap for real. Y'all want to credit 2 Chainz and all them other losers. I think y'all need to give 50 Cent credit for that. G-Unit had some old dude named Yayo, been locked up for 50 years, came home screaming all on the mic, got the whole arena smelling like baby powder and all that. Then he had Lloyd Banks rapping like Frankenstein with Down syndrome, and y'all thought that was hot back in the day. Yo, Jay-Z, don't worry about 50. He light work. I can handle him. He ain't really out here making no moves like that. And that show Power, he ain't even writing that stuff. They just using his name to make it hot. He ain't got no say-so over that show. They just using him the same way they use Exhibit for Pimp My Ride. Y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. Don't be no stranger. Make sure y'all show me some love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification button and hit that Cash App too, $ShawnBlazeDocs.
You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe. You know you want to, you might as well subscribe.